Let us stand for invocation and pledge of allegiance, please.
Let's bow our heads, please. Heavenly Father, we're so thankful for this time to come together and do the city's business. Please guide and direct us to do the best that we can for our community and for those who come before this body. Let us take their applications and direction for the MPC guidelines and apply them tactfully and in keeping with those guidelines that are best for our community. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the regular scheduled meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals of Shreveport-Caddo Parish Metropolitan Planning Commission. For public hearing agenda items, if you wish to make public comments on an application, we have comment slips at the speaker stand next to the podium. For future notification purposes, it is very important that you fill out a slip and drop it in the box next to the podium. When you come forward to speak, please state your full name, mailing address, and zip code before addressing the board. We will call each case on the agenda in order and hear first from the applicant, then those speaking in favor. 10 minutes are allotted for the principal spokesperson and 3 minutes for each additional speaker. We will then hear from those wishing to speak against an application. Again, 10 minutes are allotted for the principal spokesperson and 3 minutes for each additional speaker. One representative of the application may then speak in rebuttal if desired. After hearing comments on each case, the board will then immediately deliberate and vote on that case before moving on to the next case on our agenda. Please note that when the board is deliberating, members of the public are not permitted to comment. Any member of the public may request a copy of the board's decisions on a particular case by contacting our office at 318-673-6480 after 1 p.m. tomorrow, or by accessing our website at shreveportcattlempc.com. All ZBA decisions and variances to zoning within the city limits of Shreveport are subject to appeal to district court. All ZBA decisions on special exception uses within the city limits of Shreveport are subject to appeal to the city council. Please note that it is your responsibility to contact either district court or the city council about their procedures as related to the matter which you are concerned with. Copies of this document and the phone numbers to contact the governing bodies are available on the table next to the podium and in the entryway to this room. As a courtesy, please remember to turn off all cell phones while the ZBA is in session. The Zoning Board of Appeals values your testimony and appreciate your compliance with these guidelines. First case today is case number 22-48-BAC, Variance, Dream Faith Believe, L.L.C.
Mr. Chair, did you want to do the minutes?
I digress. Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes of the last meeting? All right, what do I hear?
Mr. Chair, I move that the minutes be accepted from the last meeting.
It's been moved by Mr. Woods. Very second.
Second.
Been second by Dr. Brandon. Let us vote.
Not turned on.
Mine either.
Okay.
And the motion carries unanimously. Yeah.
Well, I've abstained because I was not here for that meeting.
All right, now, case number 22-48-BAC, Dream Faith Believe, LLC. Yes, sir. Come to the podium and state your case.
Good evening, how everyone doing?
Good.
Yes, I'm here on behalf of Dream Faith.
Get you to state your name and address for us before you
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Dominic Stevenson. Address is 1300 Madrid Falls, McKinney, Texas.
Okay.
I'm here on behalf of Dream Faith Believe L.L.C. And what do we want to do with that property? We have updated the property, painted the outside, the fourplex. What we want to do now, hopefully, we get approval. There's a storage unit right there to the front. And what we want to do, hopefully we maximize that our land there to turn into a 2-bedroom, 1-bath to maximize. So it's been a storage. We bought it last year in March of 2022, and when we bought it, was tenants already in the fourplex. So we just want to see can we hopefully maximize and turn that to a 2-bedroom, 1-bath to help beautify the neighborhood.
All right, is that it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have to be good.
Okay.
Is there anyone else speaking for case number 22-48 BAC?
Again.
Just hold just a second. You have a question? Okay, is it anyone speaking against case number 22-48 BAC? Okay, step to the podium, sir.
Yes, my name is John Robinson. I live at 4109 San Jacinto, which is right behind this particular unit. I bought my house in 1975. When they built these apartments back, I'm gonna say early 80s, late 90s, or late 80s, early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, nobody ever asked us if they wanted it rezoned. And I had nothing but problem. Mr. Dominique, he's done a great job as far as fixing it up. But as far as adding more stuff there, I'm against it, and so are my neighbors. I tried to get them to come up or write a letter, and nobody did. But I've been there longer than any of them. And you can come down my street, and Dominique probably vouches, my house is the best looking house on the block. And anyway, it just, you know, I'm against it. I don't even know, I called one time to say, to turn in the thing because the guy it was rotten, rats and squirrels were going in and out of it. And the lady at the zoning board, or what is it called? Where you look at the property, see how it's up to date?
Property standards.
Yes, and she told me, says, there's no apartment there. I said, ma'am, I'm looking at it. She said, well, they didn't even get a permit. So I don't even know if the permit was got when they built the apartments. Because when they were building that, I asked the guy, I said, what are y'all building? He said, a house. So I've had to deal with that, and every time I call, I never see an inspector or anybody back there, and I'm retired. So, and when they put that gable roof on it back several years ago, they enclosed the AC and the heating units in the roof without vents. Now, Dominique has put air conditioners on the outside. I don't know what he's done about the heating if they're still using those heating units, but that's a hazard.
Okay.
So that's where I stand at.
Okay. Thank you for your comments, sir. Mr. Chair. Comments from the board?
I just have a quick question, Mr. Robinson.
I got hearing aids on, so.
Okay, let me try and speak up. Do you understand what he's requesting is not to do anything to the existing apartment structure that is already built? He's asking to improve the storage building that's in front of that, from the storage building into a nicer looking facility or a house that he would rent out. I think he said 2-bedroom, 1-bath is what I read. So I just want to make sure you're clear. I know you said some things about the apartment complex,
but
this has nothing to do with that. It has to do with that building that's in the front of that and whether or not he can
Now,
improve that or not.
Is he gonna move it?
No, sir, he's not going to.
Okay.
He's asking that a variance be granted so he can keep it where it is and improve it where it is.
Okay, so the way it read is a step back, setback and
Yeah,
variance.
he's not in compliance with the setback. He's supposed to be 30 feet from the setback. It's only 8 feet. And so he's asking for a variance to improve that structure.
See, that's not the way I read it.
Right, and that's why I wanted to be clear, because I think you had some concerns about the apartment building, that duplex, but this is the other bill. Would you have any concerns about him improving that storage building where it sits right now to make it look a little better and to have it inhabitable?
No, not if it still stays right there, because,
Okay.
I mean, everything's close to my yard anyway,
Okay,
except for that building.
right. That's kind of what I thought. That's why I just wanted to clarify it a
Okay.
little bit. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you for your
That's fine.
comments.
Thank you.
Mr. Woods, you have a question as well?
Well, I think he answered it. I was wanting to know his objection, but he cleared it up, so thank you.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Did you still have a question?
No.
Okay. Is there anyone else speaking against case number 22-48 BAC? Okay, there are none. What do I hear from the board?
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Woods, second by Mr. Crawford. Let us vote. And the motion carries unanimously. The second case, case number 22-55-BAC, Greg Orr Auto Collection.
Guess I'm on.
Are you from Greg Orr?
Yeah, well, I'm with Watley Sign Company.
Okay, are you representing them today?
I guess so. They were
Okay.
supposed to send somebody else for any other question. I was basically just gonna answer the sign questions, was it?
Okay, well, we need someone to speak for the case.
Make a motion to table it.
Okay, it's been moved by Mr. Crawford to table this case. Is there a second?
Second.
Been seconded by Dr. Brandon? Yes.
Post.
Or
That's what I would do.
probably, the term that we normally use is defer and continue, so you're going to defer the case and then continue the public hearing to the next scheduled meeting.
Okay.
Okay. So, Mr. Chair, make a motion to defer and continue the case to the next public hearing.
Second.
Okay, it's been motion by Mr. Crawford to defer the case till next month, and second by Mr. Woods. Let's vote. That motion carries. You may
Mr.
want to
Crawford.
contact them and ask them what happened.
Yeah, well, they were supposed to be here and I was just supposed to answer any questions y'all may have had as far as the signage goes, so
Okay.
that's on our part.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
Before you leave, Mr. Crawford, can
Yes.
you go ahead and request what you thought would be helpful for you as a board?
Yeah.
From the standpoint of illustrations?
Thank you, Mr. Jean. Yeah, one of the things that we thought would be helpful, if there could be an illustration. We know that we were provided a graphic there of what the sign would look like, I think, with its variance granted.
Yeah.
What we'd like is to see what a sign would look like in compliance, maybe in comparison. Here's how much bigger the sign would be
Yeah.
around it. So if we could have something like that, it might be more helpful to us to visualize.
Yeah, we can get that.
Okay.
So work up a sketch for you, basically see one in compliance.
Yeah, I would just, I would just do the sign. This is what you're asking for, and this is what the regular sign looks like.
Okay.
You know, this is how much bigger it would be. That might be helpful to us.
All right.
And to scale, like you did this sign.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you,
Thank you
Mr.
so
Jean,
much,
for
sir.
reminding me
Appreciate
about
it.
that.
Okay, that brings us to the end of our public hearing. Any old business committee reports? We don't have any of that, I don't think. New business?
No, none, sir?
Okay. Mr. Clark is not here for a director's report. Is there anything from
Yeah,
the staff? at
I
all?
will not be presenting a director's report today.
Okay, all right. And there's no public for public comments. Anything from the board at this time? All right, there's none, so. Meeting adjourned.
Well, that was pretty easy.